Children of the Light. Part 1. The Meeting. The sun hung low over the broken streets, spilling its light between cracked buildings and weary storefronts. A man walked through that silence, tall, dark-skinned, gentle in stride. His locks swayed with the wind, his linen shirt open at the collar, his sandals dusted from the road. There was peace in his eyes, but also fire, the kind that comes from long prayers in the quiet company of God. He was known to some as Brother Eli, though he never introduced himself with titles. He simply walked where he was led, speaking life into the places that had forgotten what it meant to breathe. Day, he came upon a small park that had once been bright with laughter. The swings creaked idly in the wind, rusted and lopsided. A single basketball rolled in the dust, unclaimed. And on the cracked steps of an old pavilion sat 3 children, 3 sparks dimmed by sorrow. The first was a boy of about 12, his jaw set tight as if holding back storms. His clothes were worn, his eyes sharp with anger that had nowhere to go. He tossed pebbles at the wall, each one a word he couldn't say. Beside him sat a smaller boy, thin, quiet, staring at the ground. His hands fiddled with the strings of his hoodie. His silence was deep, the kind that came not from peace, but from believing his voice no longer mattered. The third was a girl, maybe 11, her braids uneven and her shoes scuffed. She hummed a tune too sad for someone so young, forcing a smile every now and then, like it might make the world less cruel. Brother Eli watched for a while from afar, his heart heavy but still steady. He knew that kind of ache, the emptiness that comes from not knowing who you are, or thinking the world had no room for your light. He approached slowly, his shadow stretching across the ground until they noticed him. "Hey there," he said softly, his voice calm as still water. "You all look like you've seen a few hard days." The angry boy squinted. "We don't talk to strangers." "Good," Eli said with a small smile. "That's wise. But sometimes a stranger ain't a danger. Sometimes he's a messenger." The girl tilted her head.
A messenger from who?
"From the one who made you," he said, kneeling to their level. "The one who put the stars in the sky and the rhythm in your hearts." They looked at him like he was strange. Maybe he was, but there was something about his tone that carried warmth. The quiet boy finally spoke. His voice was small. "You talking about God?" Eli nodded. "About our Heavenly Father, the one too many forget?" The angry boy snorted. "If he's real, he forgot us first. My pop's gone, my mom's tired, cops always on our block. What'd he do for me?" Eli looked at him, eyes steady, kind. "He gave you breath this morning, didn't he?" "That ain't much." Eli smiled gently. "Then you don't know the power of breath. It's the first gift we ever get and the one we take for granted most. Every breath is the whisper of the Almighty saying, 'You're still mine.'" The boy looked away, uncomfortable. The girl spoke next, quiet but brave.
I don't think he loves me much either. I pray sometimes, but nothing changes.
Eli reached out his hand, palm up, not to touch, but to offer stillness. "Sometimes, child, God ain't changing things. He's changing you, and you won't see it till later." They said nothing, but their eyes lingered on him now. He looked past them, toward the park's dying trees and the graffiti-painted walls. "You see this place?" he asked. "Once, it was full of laughter. Somebody's granddaddy planted those trees over there. Somebody's mama painted that mural with the dove. Everything broken you see here was once made by love. Just like y'all." The quiet boy frowned. "We ain't no mural." "Oh, but you are," Eli said, smiling. "You're the living art of the greatest artist there ever was. You're the product of the greatest love in the universe. You just forgot." He stood, gazing at the horizon where the sun bled into gold. "I used to forget too," he said softly. "Used to wake up angry, used to walk around numb. Thought I was a mistake till I heard a voice tell me, 'I made you on purpose. You are my reflection.'" The angry boy sneered, but there was uncertainty in his voice. "That just sounds like talk." Eli chuckled. "It is talk, but it's also truth. And truth, my boy, got a way of digging roots in the soul." He began to walk toward the edge of the park, and after a moment, curiosity tugged at the children's feet. They followed. He stopped near the fence where vines grew wild. "You see these vines?" he asked. "They climb no matter how many times somebody cuts them down. They find the sun again and again. That's what you are, children of the light. You were made to rise." The girl whispered,
Children of the light.
tasting the words like honey. Eli smiled. That's right, and the light in you, it comes from the same fire that burns in the star. The wind stirred then, soft, like a sigh from heaven. The three children stood silent. Something in his voice, his presence, began to chip away at their walls. Before leaving, he looked back at them one more time. I'll be back tomorrow, he said. Meet me right here. I want to show you something beautiful. The angry boy crossed his arms. Why? Because beauty reminds you what's worth living for, Eli said. And because you need to see what God sees when he looks at you. The sun dropped lower. They watched him leave, the sound of his sandals fading into the wind. None of them spoke for a long time. Finally, the girl said softly,
He said we're children of the light.
The quiet boy looked up at the sky where the first star had appeared. Then maybe we still got some light left. The angry boy said nothing, but for the first time in months, he didn't throw a single stone. Part 2, the teaching. Morning came soft and gold, sunlight spilling over the roofs and warming the cracked streets. The three children waited where the man had promised, near the rusted swings, under the trees that still tried to bloom. The angry boy, whose name was Malik, kicked the dirt impatiently. The quiet one, Josiah, traced shapes in the dust with a stick. The girl, Nia, watched the clouds drift and wondered if the man had really meant it. Then, like the dawn itself, Brother Eli appeared. His steps were unhurried, his presence calm. He carried a small satchel on his back and a walking stick carved from smooth cedar. You came, he said with a grin, eyes bright. That means you kept your word. We ain't promised nothing, Malik muttered. Eli chuckled. Your feet told the truth even if your mouth didn't. He motioned toward the far end of the street where the land rose into hills. Come with me. I want to show you something that's been waiting for you. Malik hesitated, but Josiah and Nia were already following. There was something about this man, something that made fear shrink. Malik sighed and trailed behind, pretending not to care. They walked for a while, leaving the gray of the city behind. The air grew cleaner, birds began to sing. Wildflowers pushed through the cracks of forgotten pavement. Nia gasped as they reached the edge of a wide meadow that rolled toward the horizon like green waves. Eli spread his arms. This, he said, is what heaven paints when it dreams. The children stood silent. They'd never seen anything like it. The wind danced through the grass. Sunlight shimmered like gold dust. Malik tried to hide his awe, but his anger softened at the edges. Josiah whispered, It's beautiful. Eli nodded. It is. And the same hands that shaped this beauty shaped you. Malik frowned. You mean God? Yes. The same being who made these mountains and rivers thought of you before time itself began. Every line of your face, every shade of your skin, every breath you take, crafted by the greatest love there is. He pointed toward a stream cutting through the field. Come. They followed him to the water's edge. It glittered like silver glass. He knelt and cupped his hands, letting the cool water trickle between his fingers. Look here, he said, motioning for them to kneel. See yourselves. They leaned over. 3 reflections shimmered in the stream, brown faces framed by the light of heaven. Do you see? Eli asked softly. The same sky that crowns the mountains crowns you. The same light that glows on the water shines from your eyes. Nia's voice trembled.
But people don't see that in us.
Eli looked at her tenderly. Then they are blind, child. The world has learned to look at brown skin and forget who breathed his spirit into it. But you remember this, the darkness of your skin is not a shadow. It's a mirror of the cosmos. You are galaxies, wrapped in flesh. Josiah blinked, his reflection rippling. But I'm not brave or smart like other kids. Who told you that? Eli asked. Josiah shrugged. People, teachers, sometimes even my mama when she's mad. Eli placed a gentle hand on his shoulder. Child, don't you ever let someone else's blindness define your light. You were born of divine mind. Every thought, every spark of imagination in you is the echo of God thinking aloud. Malik scoffed, though softer now. If we so special, why life so hard? Eli smiled faintly. Because diamonds don't come from comfort, son. They come from pressure. Gold comes from fire. You're both, diamond and gold, being refined to shine. He stood and began walking again, leading them up a narrow trail. The children followed, hearts lighter than before. When they reached the top, the world unfolded beneath them. Hills, rivers, a tapestry of creation glowing under the morning sun. Eli lifted his staff toward the horizon. Behold, he said, this is the handiwork of your Father above. Every tree bends in worship. Every bird sings his name. The earth itself hums with his glory. And you, he turned to them, you are part of that song. Nia's eyes glistened.
So, we're like the earth? Like part of God's art?
You are his masterpiece, Eli said, the living, breathing proof of his love. The same being that made stars thought the world incomplete without you in it. The wind brushed through their hair. Malik looked down at his hands, at the calluses and scars. You really think he care about me, even after everything I've done? Eli turned to him. Especially after everything you've done. You think love stops when you stumble? No, son, that's when it runs toward you fastest. Malik's voice cracked. But I'm angry all the time. I hate how I feel. Eli stepped closer, eyes deep as wells. Anger ain't evil. It's just pain wearing armor. Take off the armor, and what you'll find underneath is the child you used to be, still waiting for peace. For the first time, Malik didn't argue. His eyes burned, but no words came. Nia touched his arm gently, and he didn't pull away. Eli smiled softly. You three are lights, but light don't always shine easy. It's got to fight through clouds, through storms. But when it does, when it does, the whole world sees God through you. He looked at the sky, where sunbeams burst through clouds like golden ribbons. You are meant to manifest the glory of the Father that lies within you, to love yourselves, because he first loved you. They sat there for a long time, the meadow breathing around them, the stream singing nearby. Josiah laughed suddenly, quiet, but free. Nia started to hum again, this time a tune that sounded like hope. Malik just stared at the horizon, eyes glinting like he'd seen something sacred. As they walked back down, Eli spoke softly. Tomorrow, I'll show you one more thing. The last lesson, but for now, let this truth live in you. The same being who painted the heavens, painted your soul. Malik whispered, almost to himself, children of the light. Eli smiled. Say it again, son. Children of the light? Malik repeated louder, and this time his voice didn't tremble. The sun broke fully over the hills, spilling gold across their faces, and in that light, for the first time, they began to see themselves as heaven always had. Part 3. The Becoming. The next morning came quiet, washed in the silver hush before dawn. Mist draped the streets like a blanket, and the world seemed to hold its breath. Brother Eli was already waiting at the park when the children arrived, their steps quicker now, their faces softer than before. Malik no longer glared at the ground, Josiah no longer hid his eyes, and Nia walked ahead of him, humming that same tune, but now it sounded like sunlight. Eli greeted them with a smile. You kept coming back, he said. That's faith already waking up in you. He led them once more into the open fields, dew sparkling on the grass. The air smelled of new beginnings. Birds wheeled overhead like living prayers. When they reached a quiet grove at the edge of the meadow, he motioned for them to sit. A circle of wildflowers surrounded a smooth stone in the center. The wind moved gently through the trees, whispering secrets older than words. Today, he said, I'm not going to teach you. I'm going to remind you. They looked at him curiously. Eli sat cross-legged on the ground, his palms open, breathing deep. The Heavenly Father is not far away, he said. He's here. He touched his chest. Right within you. You were never separated from him. Only distracted. Josiah frowned a little. But how do we feel him? Eli smiled. By being still long enough to hear his voice again. He closed his eyes. Sit like this, he said gently. Back straight, heart open. Breathe in slow through your nose, out through your mouth. Let go of everything that hurts, everything you can't fix. Just breathe. They copied him, awkward at first, fidgeting, giggling, peeking at one another. But after a while, the laughter faded, replaced by silence deeper than any they'd known. Eli's voice was soft, like the breeze moving through reeds. Feel the breath inside you? That's his spirit. The very same breath he gave Adam, he gives to you right now. Every inhale, he whispers, I love you. Every exhale you answer, I trust you. He let the rhythm settle into them until the air seemed to glow. Now, he said, picture the light inside your chest, small at first, like a spark. With every breath, it grows brighter. That light is truth, faith, love, and everything God ever saw in you before you were born. Nia's eyelids fluttered.
I see it.
She whispered.
It's warm.
Yes, said Eli. That's him. That's home. He placed his palms toward them, not touching, just offering presence. He's filling you even now, with love to heal your hearts, with faith to guide your steps, and with truth to remind you who you are. The grove shimmered. Shafts of light broke through the leaves, gilding their brown skin in gold. Malik felt something uncoil in his chest, a tightness he'd carried for years easing for the first time. Tears surprised him, hot and freeing. "I feel light," he murmured. Eli smiled. "That's the weight leaving. The lies falling away. You were never meant to carry the world's shame. Thank you." Nia placed her hand over her heart. Her voice trembled.
I can feel him. It's like he's breathing with me.
"That's the truth, child," Eli said softly. "When you breathe, heaven breathes with you." He looked at each of them. "Now listen, not with your ears, but with your spirit. What do you hear?" They sat in stillness. Wind moved. Birds sang. Somewhere distant, water flowed, but beneath it all was something deeper, something living. Nia whispered first.
I hear peace.
Josiah said, "I hear love." Malik hesitated, then said quietly, "I hear someone saying my name." Eli nodded, eyes bright with tears. "That's him, the voice that never stopped calling you. You've just learned to listen." He rose slowly, standing tall against the dawn. Every day, remember this moment. When the world tries to tell you you're nothing, close your eyes and breathe. Feel the spirit rise in you. Say, "I am a child of the light." He reached out his hand, and they each placed theirs atop his. "Repeat after me," he said, "greater than, I am not forgotten. I am not broken. I am loved beyond measure. I am the reflection of the greatest light." Their voices grew stronger with each line until the grove itself seemed to echo the declaration. Eli smiled. "Good, because the world will test you, but when you remember whose children you are, nothing can dim you." They left the grove together and returned to the hilltop where the view stretched endless and bright. Clouds parted, beams of gold spilled down like blessings. The earth seemed to bow beneath the radiance. Eli turned to them one last time. "You see that light?" he asked. "It's no different from the one inside you. The same power that burst the sun dwells in your soul." Malik wiped his face and nodded. "So what do we do with it?" Eli's grin widened. "You live it. Speak life where others speak hate. Bring hope where there's hurt. Love yourself and each other so fiercely that darkness can't breathe near you. That's how you honor the one who made you." They stood together in silence, the light growing stronger, wrapping them in warmth. The children's faces glowed, not with sunlight alone, but with something awakened. Finally, Nia whispered,
Will we see you again?
Eli looked toward the horizon, where the first rays of full day crowned the world. "Whenever you speak truth, I'm there. Whenever you choose love, I'm near. But more than that, he's with you always." He began to walk away, his robe brushing the grass, his form shimmering slightly in the brightness. They watched until he vanished into the gold, like morning itself returning to the heavens. For a while, none of them moved. Then Malik spoke, his voice steady. "I ain't angry no more." Josiah smiled. "I feel brave." Nia lifted her arms toward the light.
I feel loved.
Down below, the city waited, still worn, still wanting. But when they returned, it was with something new in their hearts. They carried the glow of the grove, the peace of the breath, the truth of the divine whisper. And as they walked, people noticed. A woman at a bus stop turned her head. A man sweeping his porch paused. There was something different about those children, something radiant. They didn't need to say a word. The light spoke for them. Now, mamai te, mahu says. And from that day forward, whenever they felt lost or unloved, they remembered the man in linen who showed them that the spirit of the Heavenly Father was not somewhere above the clouds, but alive inside their very breath, children of the light. And the light shone, and the darkness could not overcome it.